Welcome to our Work Smarter using AI to power your small business. Thank you so much for joining us for this session, which I know is going to be amazingly informative. I'm Caroline Bolas with NDI, and I'm delighted to join you today. Before we get started and turn it over to our presenters, just some basic housekeeping in case you haven't been to the other sessions. Apologies if you have, but hey, it never hurts to remind. So we do have a live captioner. You can access the captions by clicking on the CC button. You'll also see that we have ASL interpreters. You're welcome to pin them so that they remain in that first video screen throughout the presentation for you, and they will switch over throughout the presentation. We love, 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 love your questions. What makes this work. So we ask that you use the Q&A box for your questions. And we also love the networking that's been going on, the connections, the sharing of information, experiences, and we'd love you to put those in the chat box. That way we don't lose the questions, but you can also connect as a community and really share your own experiences. You can also use the Q&A if you're having any issues, any tech issues, or you can email us at info@disabilitysmallbusiness.org, and we'll try our best to assist. There are slides available for this session. There's also a really comprehensive handout with links and some great information that will supplement the session. And you can download both of those by going back to the live event page where you joined the session. And just under the session description, you'll see those two documents. So definitely take advantage of those. So with all the housekeeping out the way, I am delighted to introduce my co-worker, Ruth Chavez, small business specialist here at National Disability Institute, and three amazing entrepreneurs. We have Syrretta Martin, the founder and CEO of Collective Healing, Ashley Geiman, founder, Moonlit Studio, and Dr. Felicia Kelso, founder of IDIVE, Reasonable Accommodation Solutions. This amazing group will be sharing practical strategies, tips and tools, and really see how you can make AI a really helpful part of your business growth. So with that, I'm delighted to hand it over to Ruth for this wonderful panel. So thank you, Ruth.
Thank you, Caroline, for that warm introduction. I am thrilled to be here today alongside such an insightful panel. We will share how AI, as Caroline mentioned, can truly transform small businesses with these tools. And at the very end, we have some homework for you as well. So what exactly is AI? Artificial intelligence is a field of computer science that enables computers to perform tasks that usually require human intelligence, things like learning, reasoning, and problem solving. And the truth is, you're already using AI every day, often without realizing it. So when your favorite streaming service recommends a movie you like, that's AI. When your navigation app finds the fastest route home, that's AI. When your phone predicts your next words, or when you ask your voice assistant to set you a reminder, that is AI too. Now, how does AI support accessibility and inclusion? So when it comes to accessibility or supportive tools, AI provides voice recognition, allowing hands-free control for those with limited mobility. AI-driven screen readers and text-to-speech tools make digital content accessible for those who have limitations, plus real-time translations and transcription services to break down the communication barriers for people who are deaf or hard of hearing or collaborating across other languages. While AI-powered tools are not perfect without flaws, they significantly improve accessibility and communication as well. And so you probably have read or heard a lot about AI lately, but what does it really mean for you as a startup founder or small business owner? AI is changing the way we all do work for our small business. It's not just for the big corporations or companies anymore. It's something every entrepreneur can use to work smarter and make better decisions. For small businesses and startups, learning how to use AI is becoming really essential. And so for small businesses, because honestly, if we don't keep up we risk falling behind. Not because we're not capable, but because the tools around us are moving quickly and changing every second. So some reasoning as to why AI matters in your day-to-day and running your business. First, AI boosts productivity. It helps automate the busy work like the never-ending emails, scheduling, the back and forth, the reports. And so all of this so you can spend more time on what matters most, the strategy, creativity, and customer relationship building, which allows you to do more with less. AI is becoming a key skill. By learning how to use it, you make sure that you and your team stay competitive, relevant, and ready for what is to come. It helps you make smarter decisions. You can analyze data much quicker. As long as the format of your spreadsheets are clean, ChatGPT or AI can really help you identify those trends and reduce mistakes, helping you grow with confidence and avoid burnout. So when we talk about AI, it's not about replacing human effort. It's about collaborating with the technology to be able to achieve more in your business. We're talking about a partner, a tool that helps you work smarter, save time, and focus on what truly matters. Building a sustainable business that supports you, your customers, and your community. And the best part is you don't have to be tech savvy to get started. Which brings me to the fun part. I'd like to introduce you quickly to my assistant, Charles, an AI-powered assistant who brings all of this to life. The idea is that your personal assistant, someone you can talk to naturally and is used in ways that fit your business. This AI helper can assist with, like we said, writing, planning, brainstorming, problem solving, all through conversation. So let's meet them. Charles, welcome.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. I'm Charles, and I'm excited to help you harness AI for your small business. For instance, many small business owners utilize AI-driven chatbots to streamline customer service, which leads to faster response times and happier customers. Another powerful application is automating your social media content, ensuring you maintain a consistent and engaging online presence. And of course, AI is fantastic for market research, helping you analyze trends and uncover valuable insights. Thank you again for having me. And now I'll hand it over to Syrretta, who will cover the best practices for using AI tools.
Thank you, Charles and Ruth, and greetings, everyone. Before we move into more advanced uses of AI, I want to spend a few minutes walking through some essential do's and don'ts that will help you get the best results while keeping your data and credibility protected. So let's start with the do's. First, give clear, detailed prompts. The more specific you are, the better your results will be. Think of AI as a thought partner. It performs best when you clearly explain your goal, provide examples, or specify the tone you want to use. Always remember to review and personalize your results. AI can help you save time, but it's still your responsibility to ensure accuracy and integrity. Review what it produces, adjust it to reflect your own voice, and double-check any facts or numbers before sharing. Do start small and then expand. Begin with simple tasks like summarizing notes or outlining ideas. And once you're comfortable, you can move on to more complex projects. This gradual approach helps you build both confidence and skill. Do familiarize yourself with privacy policies and opt-out options. Understanding how your data is handled protects both you and your organization. Always review the settings so you can make informed decisions about what you share. Now, let's look at what not to do. Don't copy and paste without checking the facts. Always verify the information, especially statistics and data. AI can sound very convincing even when it is wrong. So your credibility depends on your careful review. Avoid using AI for sensitive or specialized advice. This includes legal, financial, or medical topics, areas that require professional expertise. AI can support your research, but it should never replace expert judgment. Never share confidential information. Treat AI platforms like public spaces. Avoid entering customer data, personal details, or proprietary business information. If you wouldn't post it publicly, don't include it in your prompt. Following these simple guidelines ensures that AI becomes a trusted partner rather than a risk. And speaking of partnerships, let's build on this momentum. To help you take these foundations a step further, I'll now turn it to Ashley, who will be sharing some creative ways to boost your innovation and imagination using AI.
Hi, thank you, Syrretta, for explaining the importance of the do's and don'ts for AI users. Let me introduce myself. I'm Ashley, and I make handmade jewelry from home in Portland, Oregon. I mainly use wood and leather and gemstone beads to create boho style jewelry. It would be very, very difficult for me to create my jewelry without special accommodations or help from AI. So today I'm going to talk about how AI can help out creatively. So what is AI? What is creatively with AI? So let's see. Let's dive in. AI helps small business owners like me do creative and time-saving tasks without needing a big team or expensive software. It's like having a digital helper that makes work easier. I use AI in my creative process, basically from start to finish. So here's content generation. There's website builders and social media built-in AI, and this is where you can create and expand on branding for your business. Felicia will go more in depth on the next slide. So the next one on the list would be design suggestions. AI analyzes and recommends layouts and color schemes and fonts. I give AI prompts and it will produce ideas and examples that helps me brainstorm. Then I can change it and review it and edit it, and that helps me narrow down my options, and I choose the best from there. I've made like flyers and posters and signs, things like that, for my business. The next is image optimization. AI does an amazing job with photo editing. I use it and for background removal, replacements, remove objects with cleanup and eraser tools, and the photo correction. The photo color correction. Once I complete a piece of jewelry, I take a photo, I run it through AI, which my favorite is the Apple's photo version. And I use the eraser tool a lot, and I clean up the backgrounds, and it allows me to tweak the contrast and the balance quite right, because I do want to make my photos look exactly like they are in real life. And then the last one on the list is product description, which is very straightforward. It gives you detailed descriptions of your product. You drag the photo into the chat box, and then you ask AI just to describe it. It's pretty spot on, and I'm just going to give you an example. I am wearing the earrings that I asked AI to describe. So it says geometric wood triangles with gemstone accents. And description is modern meets earthy in these handcrafted geometric earrings. Each pair features lightweight wooden triangles with a unique cutout design, paired with a small gemstone bead and finished with gold-plated ear wires. The mismatched yet complementary shapes create a bold, artistic look that stands out while versatile enough to wear every day. It's perfect for lovers of modern boho style. These earrings make a thoughtful handmade gift or a unique statement piece for your collection. I've used that on my website and on my Etsy as well. So I think they did a great job. In addition to using AI online, I also use it in the physical world. I sell my jewelry at markets around town. I've used AI to create signage and lists and business cards, price sheets, and I've also even asked Chat GPT to create a conversational cheat sheet for my business. And but I have to say that before I use AI, I make sure that I set the stage. I give it a voice and I explain what my needs are and what kind of vibe I'm trying to communicate to my customers. By doing all of this, it limits the back and forth and it saves a bunch of time. And here's one last thing, just to remember, use AI for heavy lifting and initial concepts, but add human refinement that represent your unique brand personality. Anyways, thank you for your time. And here is Felicia. She's going to speak more in depth on practical prompts.
Okay, so thank you, Ashley, for giving us those creative and helpful tips for our business. I am Dr. Felicia, and I'm going to give you a general overview of practical business use, such as content creation, which content creation is blogs, social media, product descriptions. Customer support is inquiries, complaints, and feedback from your customer or your target market. Customer engagement is drafting frequently asked questions, chat box, and support replies for your customer in order to give them information. We also have marketing support, which is email campaigns, ad copies, keywords that support your brand and your vision and the mission of your company. Then also market research. With market research, you analyze competitors and understand the industry trends and identify target audiences, which is really important because we have to identify who we're providing our services or our products for. You can also use AI in business planning. You can do to-do lists. You can create a business plan. You can create business proposals. You can also use it for administrative tasks, such as automating and streamlining schedules, emails, document creations, which also helps to boost productivity and growth. So it's really, really important. And I think for all of this is to really understand your brand voice in order to get the information that you need from AI. So now I'll pass it back to Ruth so she can give you the next steps on what you need to do.
Thank you, Felicia. And after this, we will go into an open discussion. So please stay around. For next steps, this would be kind of on this slide, we have 4 steps, basic steps to kind of get us started. This will help you in starting putting AI to work in your own business this week. So number 1, choose one daily task, like writing a social media post or responding to customer email, and use ChatGPT or your preferred AI assistant. We are kind of suggesting or recommending ChatGPT in this discussion because it's most likely the number 1 AI tool that's being used at this time. and see how much time you save and how it feels to have that extra time to manage your business. Experiment and iterate. So try different prompting styles and approaches that fit your business. So keep a simple notebook or document that works the best, or a Google Doc. That way you can document the tone and phrasing of the format that resonates with you, just as Ashley had mentioned, making it more personalized. Share and learn. Number 3, don't go at it alone. Connect with your small business community. Connect with NDI. Connect with Together International. They have a networking platform where you can discuss more about AI and technology. There's a networking room here in our convening platform, and you can have these discussions. So join online groups or forums for small business owners using AI. You'll pick up new ideas and shortcuts pretty quickly. And lastly, if you are already adapting AI and are comfortable, explore integrations to take it up a notch. So identify how those AI tools can connect with the platforms you're already using. That could be your Notion, Slack, Shopify, your CRM system. It could be Google, through Gemini. So definitely, if you're already using AI or ChatGPT, definitely look into how you can integrate those across your systems to help streamline your entire tech stack and save you even more time. So remember, you don't have to overhaul everything at once. Start small and build as you go. And everyone who's joining us today has access, as Caroline mentioned, to a resource cheat sheet that we have put together collectively with our panelists to share the tools that we use to help with starting, and that you could use to help you start and grow your business. And so with that, I will open it back up to Felicia to moderate the Q&A and have an open discussion on our best practices and recommendations.
So the first question is, how can AI tools support entrepreneurs with disabilities? So would anybody like to answer? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So how can AI tools support entrepreneurs with disabilities?
I use adaptive technology like Chat GPT and Claude AI, which has helped me a lot with brainstorming and like I said, cheat sheets and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. So our next question is, what was your biggest challenge in adopting AI tools?
So I would say my biggest challenge was figuring out how to use AI in a way that truly fit my workflow. And so there was a bit of a learning curve for me. But once I approached AI out of curiosity instead of um, pressure from social media and other like entrepreneurs saying how great AI is in terms of how they're integrating it into their own business, I approached it in a way that I wanted to ensure that it could bring some other order or rhythm to my process while still leaving room for creativity and flexibility.
So I would like to answer this question. And I think when AI came on, I think I was like purchasing everything that I didn't need, because what I didn't realize at the time was that it's a learning curve. So if you get the AI, see how it works for you and your business instead of trying to waste a lot of money, which I did. So that's just a please don't do like I did. Okay, so the next question is, how has AI help you reclaim personal time?
I can start. I think that for me personally, when let's say we're in a meeting setting or in a place where there has to be note taking being done, I think that it's a little bit difficult to have a conversation and focus on, the problem solving and also keeping track of notes. And so Otter AI or some type of AI tool to help with note taking has really helped simplify that. And it gives you a peace of mind in case something, to make sure you don't miss every detail of the meeting. It's been tremendously helpful.
Okay. So this is for all the
Can I
panelists.
share?
Uh-huh.
So I would say it has helped me to reclaim my personal time. I'm working on relaunching my business, and it's supporting that by helping me to create a roadmap that feels aligned and sustainable while honoring my pace and capacity. And it helps me to organize my ideas, plan content, manage the moving parts of a relaunch. Because outside of the wonderful support that I receive from NDI and the small business services team of consultants, my team consists of me, myself, and I. So it's about really sort of moving forward with centering my well-being, and I'm happy to announce that that relaunch will be starting soon. So I hope all of you will be able to follow along on that journey with me.
Well, thank you so much, Syrretta. So the next question is, which free or low-cost AI tool has been most impactful for you and your business?
For me, Canva has been a lifesaver by just visual like content and graphics, posters, brochures, even like marketing materials. That's been the best for me.
I agree, using it to simplify marketing tasks, creating, as I mentioned, creating content, organizing campaigns, and doing so in a way that's consistent. I really enjoy the AI integration with tools like Canva because you can put in what you want to create, and then it will create it for you. So it gives me my time back as it relates to those tasks.
And the nice thing is that there is no cost for that intro version. Of course, for the paid version, you have more flexibility and features. But then again, if you're in the position to be able to spend a little more money on that towards your tools for your small business, I would highly recommend it if possible.
And I think for me, I think my most favorite AI tool is Gamma, because I do training and development around reasonable accommodations, leadership development. And it creates PowerPoint. So hopefully we'll have enough time so we can kind of show you that. But it's an amazing tool. It's $96 for the year. And when I found it, I loved it and I fell in love and I'm never leaving it. Okay, so the next question is, how can entrepreneurs better support each other with AI learning? So some ways that we can do that is peer mentorship, resource sharing, and collaborative learning platforms. So I think we're better together than apart. And so, if we're all sharing, then we all move up, we all become productive, and we grow. Okay, so the next one is, how can AI streamline marketing for limited budgets in like rebranding and anything like that? So how can AI streamline marketing on a limited budget?
I can get started. There is a feature on Canva where you can use ChatGPT or whichever AI tool that you feel most comfortable with And you can identify, let's say you're creating your social media campaign and you would like to have more interaction and share more posts at least once or twice weekly, to get the momentum growing for your business. So you have Canva as the tool that's going to design, as a design tool. But then you also have AI tool to help you create those prompts, like Ashley has mentioned, and Syrretta and Felicia, creating prompts that align with your branding or your personality, to make it more personalized. And so you can literally ask GPT based on your profile that you have already created through AI to create, let's say, 10 prompts. And we're going to do 1 to 2 prompts a week, on social media. We'll do a campaign. Well, it'll create a spreadsheet for you. You make sure the spreadsheet is clean before you upload into Canva, which is the digital marketing tool. And then it will duplicate based on if you're going to use Facebook post or Instagram post, it will automatically create those prompts in the same branding of your business with the images that you would like to use, and duplicate all 10 of those prompts into visual graphics that you can then include in your social media campaign. So that's one way to integrate those two different platforms and automate in a way where you can save time and money.
Well, thank you very much. Okay, so our last and final question is, well, actually, that was the last and final question. So we want to hear from you. Please provide questions in the chat that we can answer for you.
Thank you all so much for that, really helpful. I'm going to take us through some questions through the Q&A, but before, if anyone of the panel is able to share either your website, your LinkedIn, an email, we're having lots of requests for contact, so whatever you feel comfortable with. We've been putting some in, but now you're finished speaking, please feel free to put whatever contact information that you would like people to have. So we have a question, you sort of touched, but to expand on it, how does one access ChatGPT? Is there a trusted website? Is there a fee to use it? Ruth, perhaps you can just share a bit of what's in your handout so that people know how to navigate some of these tools.
Yeah, sure thing. So the handout that is provided in the platform, you can download it. It's a collective of resources that Felicia has recommended, has used herself, Ashley, Syrretta. And so that it's all broken down based on categories of different things that you would need to run your business. So it would be marketing and branding. As we mentioned Canva many times, which is a free, no cost application. There are low cost options as well, and then more on a paid account as well. So you have marketing and branding, you'll have project management and operations, presentations and content creation, and also website and online presence. So we've all kind of brainstormed all these resources that are either free or low cost so that you can get started with your business, or if you're already in business, to help develop it as well in those areas.
And then a follow-up question, and it may vary on the tool, but there's just questions around accessibility. Like, for example, is Canvas accessibility? Is chat, how does it work if you're using a screen reader? So I don't know if anyone has any comments or thoughts around the accessibility piece.
I have used Chat GPT, and I've recorded my voice instead of typing it. And the cool thing is that you don't even have to speak in full sentences. It will literally pick out the fragmented sentences and put it together. And if it doesn't, if it has a hard time, it'll just ask you, do you mean this or do you mean that? It's pretty great. You don't have to do punctuation or anything. So it's almost like having a conversation. but you also could type it in. Like that's, you know, if you feel more comfortable typing, you can do that too.
Thank you, Ashley. And then we've got quite a few different questions around, like, just can you give more help at pointers how you might use it to, for example, do a PowerPoint presentation or create other content? So maybe just one of you talk us through something you've done, maybe what tool you used, and just give people a pointer as to how it might help you on some of those tasks.
So I use Gamma, and basically you can put your own content into it, or you can give it just a one-line prompt. So I can say, I need a PowerPoint on team building, for example, right? And so it will give me, but team building around what? So you have to be specific to what it is. And it provides the slides, it provides pictures, it provides everything. And then if you don't like the picture that Gamma creates from you, you can take it out. And the new thing that they've done with Gamma now is that you can actually correct the slides right in Gamma before you even download them. And you can download them in PowerPoint, PDFs now. And now they have them connected where they can go straight to social media. So those are some new things that happen because originally it wasn't like that.
Excellent, thank you. And then Charles seems quite a popular chap. So can anyone talk us through about how they might go about creating and getting their own assistant like Charles?
Sure. So just to kind of explain a little bit about the functions for ChatGPT, for the free version, there should be an option for folders on the left-hand side of the main screen, or projects. So you can consider this to be like buckets where you can include information. So this could be a transcript of a meeting, of course, removing PII information before including that into that folder. It could be articles. It could be whatever information that is focused on one particular task that you would like Charles or your own AI. You can name him whatever you like, and there's different voices as well. So you have different options, and pretty much it's where you can create a profile based on what the project per se that you would like for him or her to do, or them. And if it's a marketing assistant, that has all the data about marketing, right? So if you're pulling MailChimp reports on analytics, or if you have information based on your business that you want to include, or your website, you copy and paste all that text and you dump it in there, and pretty much based on what you put in, garbage out. So you want to make sure that whatever those projects are, or AIs or Charles, you want to assign them those different roles, so that you can personalize it based on that specific project. And doing that, as you start to use the voice function as well, you can have conversations throughout the day. Let's say you're driving down to pick up your kids from school and you have this amazing idea of this marketing strategy that just popped in your head. You just turn on your Charles and you start having this whole conversation, and it'll save it for you for when you are ready to come back and settle in and start working on a plan or strategy.
I love that, Ruth. If I could add, I use AI mostly ChatGPT, more of like a personal assistant, where I'll put in all of the tasks that I have to do for the week or for the month. And it helps me to prioritize these tasks based on energy output. So instead of using to-do lists, I use flow lists, and grouping the work based on how much energy it will take me. So AI helps me to organize my day around that particular prompt. And if I need to adjust it based on my energetic capacity, it will help me do so by sharing, if I want to work on light tasks today or medium tasks today. And I'm also building in moments of check-ins and also rest. because that is what really helps me move in terms of moving my business forward and also working at a pace that works for me. So it keeps me consistent and grounded without overextending myself.
I love that, Syrretta, particularly using it to be personalized. We've talked a lot in the last 2 days about making your business work for you and your needs. And it's great to hear that AI is doing that for you. We have an interesting question in the Q&A. I don't know if anyone feels able to answer this, but someone's been thinking about using AI to write a book and a blog to actually generate income. And they recognize there's a controversy over intellectual property, also debate about due disclose that you've used AI to generate content. I don't know if anyone has any thoughts on this and how they might navigate that situation.
Oh, okay. So I've created, so I use AI to create the outline for my book. So I wrote a dissertation and I wanted to turn it into a book because I didn't want it to be academic, but more so everybody could actually read it. So I created an outline, and then I filled in the information. So it really depends on what you're doing because you should have a specialization and lived experience. And so you can actually write from it. So it can give you pointers on, okay, you need to go more into detail about this or that, but really create the outline and then use it that way. And then it's another question about content creation. So for content creation, you really like for your blogs, they have to be really personal. So with ChatGPT, the free version, it doesn't have custom instructions. So what I've done is I have the paid version and I'm able to put in the custom instructions, everything about my company. And I've already trained it on my mission, vision, and the purpose of my company. So it speaks, so it knows how I speak. And so when I create the content for my business or my marketing strategy, it already has my brand voice already attached to it. So that's the difference in the free version versus the paid version.
Thank you. Another question. When we're being an entrepreneur, we have a lot to do, and sometimes it's not fun. Maybe we are doing cold calling, we're trying to get new clients, or maybe it's something else we don't really want to do. And AI can be fun. We can create charts, we can create wonderful things. But how would you stop yourself perhaps almost wasting time using it to because it's fun and making sure it's productive, that you're not getting sucked down a rabbit hole and spending a long time talking to Charles and then realizing you haven't really met the goals you set yourself? I don't know if anyone can speak to that.
I could just quickly share that the nice thing is that although you may take some time, let's say in one area or one role, the nice thing is that with AI, you can also create a template or a prompt customized based on what you've created. And that foundation or framework can then be duplicated into other areas of your business. You don't have to be a developer, although, it can get technical, but, the nice thing is that with AI, all of that's created for you. And so although you may spend some time in the beginning formatting, including information, it's more of creating that base of the wireframe or framework of that project or role for your business, and then being able to say, okay, ChatGPT, give me the prompt based on all the instructions that we've discussed. And now I want to pivot and use it in another area of my business. And so it can duplicate into different roles as well. But yeah, I will say sometimes it does get time consuming. But with once you learn those prompts, it can really speed up that process. And it looks like
So I think when you know your why is really important in business. So when I know my why, then and I'm intentional, I won't do all of those things, right? So, knowing your target audience, knowing the trends for your specific industry, knowing these, what is it what are you trying to relay to your target audience? And that's really, the why is really important. If you don't do anything else, and intentionality, because that's helped me, because I went down a lot of rabbit holes with AI.
I would also add, as I primarily use it as a personal assistant, I ask AI, I haven't given mine a name yet, to send reminders to me early in the morning as you would check your calendar, right? I log in and say, what is my flow today? What's due at the end of the week? What do I need to prioritize? Is this something that you can break up in small tasks? Because my energetic capacity is not what I need it to be to take this on and, and in 2 or 3 hours. So utilizing AI to help you stay on task is also important.
Excellent. And then it looks like there is, I think Liz has helped answer, but there was someone asking about integrating ChatGPT and Canva. They currently use both, but they're having a hard time. How do you bring the prompt over to Canva? But Liz has also put some resources in that might help, if anyone wants to speak to that as well.
Yeah, so the prompt that you would give ChatGPT is to create a spreadsheet CSV file with the quotes that you're going to use, or content that you're trying to include. That way you'll have your heading and whatever the text or context is going to be in the graphic. And once you have that spreadsheet, the CSV file, you download it, you go into Canva. And once you've selected the type of post that you're trying to share, like Facebook posts or social media posts, you click the design. You can then upload the CSV file into that into the social media social media template, and then it'll start to populate all the different lines that were created, or the rows of the information. You can select which ones you would like to include, or if you want to include all, and then it'll generate and populate that information for you and duplicate those different posts. And you can then go back and modify if something doesn't look right, or you want to change the color or font, things of that nature. But yes, you're able to, if you're able to create some type of foundational spreadsheet with the information, ChatGPT can help you with that, and then you can then upload the CSV into Canva.
And I think Felicia wants to add.
So really, it really depends on what you're trying to create. So if you're trying to create social media posts, in Canva, they have a bulk create that's new, because it wasn't there initially. And so it really depends on what you're trying to do. And that's why, again, we still have to go back to our why. So why are we creating these social media posts? And really understand what we're doing. So you actually create the prompt in ChatGPT. So you're brainstorming your ideas, you're doing all that kind of stuff. And so when you get to Canva, it's the creative part where you're designing different templates, different social media videos. You can do calendars, you can do, because I did my workbooks, I've done my flyers for my books, and just different things in there. So you really have to understand and it's all of it is a learning curve. It's a learning curve, and you have to take the time.
Yes. And then last question before we close out, the one specifically for you, Ashley. Someone was just interested, if someone else is also creative, is how much you sort of feel like what AI provides, you would have come up on your own, how much is it enhancing? They're just interested in terms of like, does it make you feel more creative? Just to say a bit more about how you're using it.
No, I feel like I've been creative all of my life. And I use it as a tool. It just helps me brainstorm quicker, and I still do my own drawings. But when I'm on Procreate, it creates a circle instead of a novel, so it's stuff like that, which I think is important. And I don't feel like it hindered my creative process really at all. Just time, it's just limiting my time to having to do all that. And a lot of it is on the business side of it and not the creative side.
Thank you. I think it's a great way to end this session. I just want to thank you all. So thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Syrretta. Thank you, Felicia. And thank you, Ruth, for being really informative. A reminder, do download that handout. It can feel overwhelming if you've not used AI. So as the group was saying, start small, practice, reach out. We put the NDI email in here. We're happy to help as well. And I know a lot of the panel put their contact information in, so definitely have those connections. Again, as we've been asking you to do, please rate this session. We love your feedback. If you go to the live events page, you will see that rate the session. It will take you 2 seconds. We're going to go for our last 10-minute break before we're having a wonderful plenary hearing from entrepreneurs about their business journey. So join us for that. But in the meantime, please do look at our booths. People have been asking about grants. We have a Verizon grant information in there. It's currently open. It can be up to $10,000. You just have to do 2 events. It's free. You don't have to be a Verizon customer. And they have some amazing resources that will really help on your business journey. They have live events, they have self-paced training, so definitely check that out. We have a resource page where again we have a lot of great handouts for you to have, and we strongly encourage you, if you are a small business owner, to take the Small Business Credit Survey. It's open to November the 14th, and it's really important because we've been working with them to really make sure they feature disability and understand the needs of disabled owned businesses. And without your input, they just don't know the opportunities and challenges that are out there. So there's just a few things for you to go and explore. Look at our sponsor pages as well. But just want to really thank everyone for being here. And again, thank our amazing panel for such an informative session. So hopefully see you in 10 minutes at our last session of the day. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.